carefully, and each probably person has a totally different answer. Totally different answer. So thanks for that. And also remember that Michael, book Money Fullness, he wants, please consider evaluating the use and purchase of that book. And we'll come back if you have questions or concerns. Don't hesitate to give us a call back for that. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a brief pause, and then we'll come back to bring our next special speaker and guest on, Nicole Gabbard, and she has important credit repair information. And we have some incredible speakers today. And I encourage you all to take your time and be as brief. This went a little longer, but we're really appreciative. So thanks so much. So we'll pause now for a 15-second break. And so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, break. Uh, now.
Nicole, I'm trying to get your slides up. Hold on.
Okay. I apologize all of you for this kind of scenario because we're trying to create a production model profile, and we've been encouraged to do that by a couple of sponsors. And so this allows us to put a real tight fix. And I guarantee to you that once it's produced and edited and developed in the right way, our problems are the producer's issue, and we're working on that. But your presentations, make sure they are sharp. And if you have questions or you want, and you're getting questions on the chat, we'll make sure we share those with you. And also in your meat and potatoes of your presentation, of course, stay close to the grain of what you want people to know about what you do and your service model. And if you have a specific service model, feel free to share that with you. So amazing. I mean, Mike, you did a great job. That was wonderful. So are you ready, Claire, to take your age back?
Almost.
Uh-huh.
Can you see
So
my screen?
I can see your screen. Yes. Uh-huh. Okay.
There we go. So,
Okay.
Nicole, you're on next.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. Okay. Good
Hello,
afternoon.
everybody. My
Okay.
name is Nicole, and I'm with Charmaine's Tax Solutions, where I do individual taxes, business taxes. I do credit repair and bookkeeping. And basically, why I started my business was because I just want to make people more aware and just to help people out, to be educated a little bit more about finances, because it was something that I never got. I had to learn the hard way. So that's just a little background about me. You can change that one, please, ma'am. And today I'm going to talk to you about credit. Next, please. And basically, this is just the basics that I'm going over today. So what is credit and why is it important? Credit is a part of financial power. It helps you get the things that you need now, like loans for car, credit cards based on your promise to pay later. Um, I'll say, like, right now, I have seen a whole lot of people that have good credit right now, helping them during the pandemic, when they lost their jobs and didn't have money. Just because they did have good credit, they was able to go out to get loans and be able to borrow money to make it, because they might have saved for 2 or 3 months, but their money, was gone. So they still had another option just because they did have good credit and was able to use that. Okay, I'm ready for the next slide, please.
Okay, here we go.
What is a credit score? Basically, your credit score is the number that the lenders look at to see how you're going to pay them back and make sure it's good. The most common credit scoring system are FICO and the Vantage score. The Vantage score is what you see on Credit Karma, and some people ask me a lot, why is my score different from Credit Karma than it is when you go to the bank or go get your car? And it's only because the Vantage score is more like a estimate. So that's why the scores are different from when you look at your FICO score. And I tell most people, use your FICO score. Sometimes, like I said, Credit Karma usually be a little bit off. It's an estimate. Generally, higher the score equals, of course, higher your credit limit and lower interest rates that you want. And that's your goal to go for, to get a lower interest rate and a higher credit limit. Okay, I'm ready for the next one. And this basically right here is just a breakdown of the FICO score. 35% of it is made up of payments. So just make sure you make your payments and stuff on time. 10% is inquiries, and your credit age is 15%. Utilization of your credit cards is 30%. Okay, I'm ready for the next one, please. Your credit report and what to look for in your credit report. I'll say for you to pull your credit report and take a look at it, because 70% of credit reports are wrong. You can go to annualcredit.report.com to pull your credit report. You can get one free, one per year. Right now, the credit bureaus are letting you get one free. I think monthly, it might be weekly, but monthly I know for sure, just because of the pandemic. So you can go to each credit bureau and still pull your report right now for free, just because of the pandemic, and look over it. And what you want to look for, you want to make sure it's no accounts up there reported more than once. Make sure your name is correct, Social Security, because sometimes when the credit bureaus get the stuff, they sometimes just go off the last four of the social. Sometimes they don't put the stuff in with all of your whole Social Security number. And so just because somebody else might have the same last four social and maybe the same last name, it might end up on your credit report and it don't supposed to be there. Make sure your addresses are correct. Basically with your address, just say if I stay with my sister and their address is up there, I can get that removed. Basically, the addresses that you need up there is your address where you physically live at. Employer information, make sure, of course, your payment histories are correct. Sometimes they just don't have it updated on your credit report, so you can get that taken care of too. Okay, I'm ready for the next one, please. There's just a few tips, then a few, like just a little bit of information. With your student loans, make sure, and this is a major one, make sure if you got student loans, it's reporting on your credit report correctly. Because sometimes on the credit report, it'll look like just a regular loan and it don't have student loan up there. Sometimes if you're going to go buy a house, they'll look at student loans a little different than a regular loan. So you just want to make sure it is up there. Another thing is you can keep 30% of stuff from even hitting your credit report if you receive a letter, like, well, let me rephrase that. The collection agency has to send you information to let you know before they put it on your credit report. So when they send you that letter, all you gotta do is ask them to validate. You send them a letter and ask them to validate that debt. And if they don't have the information to validate it, they won't put it on your credit report. And that stops a whole lot of things. That'll stop it from going up there. Because most of the time when the collection agents get it from wherever the debt is coming from, the hospital, whoever, most of the time they just give them a spreadsheet with your name, your address, phone number, that information like that. So they don't have nothing to validate the debt. I know a whole lot of people sometimes get the mail, and I used to be one of them, and just put it to the side and don't respond, but respond, and that can keep stuff from even hitting your credit report. And then the next thing is when you use your credit cards. I know everybody say about 30%, keep it under 30% utilization, which that's fine, but I do see a big change in your score if you do about under 10%. And you can use your card as much as you like. But during your statement date that's on your bill, use your statement date and pay it down to under about 10% or under. And that's basically what's going to be reported on your credit report each month is that balance right there. And I think I'm ready for the next one. And basically the next thing is my services that I offer, like I said from before. individual and business tax, bookkeeping, I do payroll, and of course, credit repair. I am gonna have some do-it-yourself credit repair kits for my customers, for the ones who want to try to work on things themselves. That will be available for Black Friday week. And also I'm doing a promotion on bookkeeping where if your bookkeeping ain't up, I'm doing a discounted price for you to get prepared for taxes also. And this is my contact information. And you can reach me any of these that's up here, and I will also include it in the chat. And that's it for me, y'all. Short and sweet.
That was great. That was awesome. Yeah. Now I'm going to start. Thank you so much. Everybody give her, Michael and Nicole, a big hand. That was
That was
great.
good.
Now,
That was Nicole. I want to say it. I saw your little money tree back there. What a
Yes,
novel
yes.
idea. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Nicole, Donna has a question. Donna, you want to ask Nicole your question that you put in the chat?
Yeah, I was just
Donna?
curious. My husband passed away, but I sometimes get questions from people about, would my spouse or my partner's bad credit reflect my report? And if it does, how does that happen? I'm just wondering. It's not for me because, again, my husband just passed away, but I'm just curious for my.
In the state of North Carolina, basically it can affect it. Basically, the way they got the laws and the rules set up, in a way it can affect each other. But you still have your separate reports though, so it's a little complicated, to be honest, when it comes down to the laws and the rules of certain things like
Uh,
that.
Also, Nicole, in the state of North Carolina, when it comes to business credit, most corporations or businesses, I mean, they rely on your personal credit for business credit. And is there a threshold do you know of, and how that balances out for the most part?
Well, most of the time they just want to see where you standing good in your personal credit before they let you get anything for the business first. And most of the time they really want you around about your personal credit at least about like a 680,
Uh-huh.
around about 680. And then of course if it's better, the better. But if you can get around a 680, most business folks will let you start off your personal credit with that and get things from there
Uh-huh.
for your
Okay.
business.
Mhm.
Okay, Nicole, I'm going to stop recording because we're going to bring in Martin. So thank you for that. Thank you for the presentation. For those watching on YouTube and Facebook, please make a comment, and we value you for watching the video online. Thank you so much.